One of the things that I often talk to folks about is when we're dealing with physical and psychological hunger, the physical is your body being hungry, your body needing that energy in order to function. And anything else, any other reasons why we want to eat is psychological, whether it's a specific craving, or seeing a food commercial, or smelling a food, or being out socially with other people, or emotional reasons. They're all psychological reasons why we eat. And so what we want to do, especially after a surgery, is take care of that physical hunger first, so that you can then take care of the psychological hunger, right? If you show up at Thanksgiving dinner starving, that's going to be really difficult to manage all of the cravings and all the yummy foods that are there. So regardless of if we're talking about holidays or Thanksgiving or anything, the one thing that I like to stress is make sure that you're getting your protein and your meals in earlier in the day, so that you're not feeling this difficulty later on how to resist all of these foods. Ways that we can think about physical versus psychological hunger is to think about, okay, when was the last time I ate? If it was within 30 minutes ago and you know that you had a meal-sized version of something, it's likely not physical hunger. Or is it coming from inside my body? Am I feeling it in my stomach? Am I feeling shaky? Do I have a headache? What is it that my body is feeling? Am I thirsty? Okay. And then it's thinking about, okay, well, would I be willing to eat a piece of grilled chicken? If I'm physically hungry, I will eat a piece of grilled chicken. But if I'm like, no, but I really want popcorn, maybe that's not physical hunger, right? So you want to ask yourself, is it coming from inside my body or outside my body? How long ago have I eaten? And is this a specific craving for something versus I will just eat whatever there is to satisfy that feeling in my body that's hunger? And that's what we want to learn how to distinguish. Now, after surgery, it can be pretty challenging sometimes because people don't feel that hunger until later on. So this might be a little bit different for everybody, and you have to get to know your own body. But what does your body experience for physical hunger? What is the psychological hunger about? Is this coming from my head? Is it something that I'm thinking about? Anxiety thoughts? Is this coming from my chest? Am I feeling stressed? Am I feeling anxious? Am I feeling alone? Bored? Is this a feeling? Is this coming from outside sources? Is this a social thing? Is it that I'm smelling food at the bakery, or I'm seeing this commercial on TV? Where is this psychological hunger coming from? So that would be the next thing that you want to figure out, right? We first want to label it. I'm smelling food right now. I'm really stressed because I have a deadline tomorrow, or I just got into a confrontation with somebody. Where is this coming from? And then we're going to figure out, what am I going to do about this? So if it's physical hunger, the solution is I'm going to eat something appropriate to tackle it. If it's a psychological hunger, what does my body need? Does my body need rest? Am I tired? Is it stressed? Do I need a stress management? If it's, grief or loss, do I need some time? Do I need to talk to a friend? What is it that's going on right now that's going to help the underlying reason for why I'm psychologically hungry? About the 5 Ds. So like the letter D, right? We're going to delay, right? So when I'm having a craving, I'm not going to immediately give into it. I'm going to delay. You can think about, is my delay going to be 5 minutes? Is my delay going to be 20 minutes? Is my delay going to be, I'm going to wait until Saturday? I'm going to distract myself. So what can I do during this time? Can I read a book? Can I play a game online? Can I brush my teeth? Can I take a bath? Can I call a friend? Whatever you're going to do to distract yourself. distance. This is something I like to talk about, create distance from the food, right? If you're sitting in your kitchen, like, that's probably not going to be so helpful, but if you can go somewhere else where you don't keep the food, that could potentially help. Likewise, if you're somebody that keeps food in your bedroom, I highly recommend removing the food from your bedroom and keeping it in the kitchen. Determine, right? So that's when we're going to think about what's going on right now with me. I'm going to determine what it is that my body really needs so I can take care of that. And then decide. I'm going to make the decision. What am I going to do? Am I going to give in? Am I going to wait? And if I do give in, what is going to be the plan? So that I'm giving in, but I'm giving in a conscious and controlled way so that I don't let myself get out of control and then what the heck effect happens and then it snowballs. Right, so we want to try that. Physical versus psychological hunger, and using the 5 Ds to think about how am I going to manage this. When you're at Thanksgiving dinner, and you're having a craving for something, delaying it, distracting yourself with conversation, keeping distance away from the food, not standing right by all of the foods, looking around the table and deciding, okay, what is my favorite food? What am I going to choose to have a little bit of versus like putting everything on your plate just because you want to taste it, right? Really going for the most important things for you.